I'm from the same place as trap music. This that fresh react music. They can't hold me back. I'm feeling good cause I'm black music. Can't nobody touch this. My flow, I can't rush this. Put them on silence when I'm talking. You should hush, bitch. I am from the heavy base. My bro called a heavy case. Got a couple.
Good evening and welcome back to another episode of Cigar Sundays Live, where we define, examine, and analyze words, sayings, and phrases used in American culture. And tonight, we will be smoking on the word hustle. So grab your thinking caps and get ready to smoke on words with two big nerds, with myself, Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, and the God, Ali Dawood L at BK Soul Farm. And we are the Cigarden Panel. Peace, God.
Peace, God. What you dealing with?
Man, everything going on in the universe.
It is going on.
Everything going on in the universe. Being thankful first and foremost for having breath on this day, as always. And man, just trying to make sure that we stay focused on the goals, with everything that life throws at us, all the adversities and trials and tribulations and frustrations, and just trying to make sure that we give it all we got and stay afloat, stay sharp. That's all we doing with it, God. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good the same way, man. Very, very thankful and grateful that I made it through last week. and I'm here to learn, right, at the start of this week again, right? So that's always good, right? Things on a farm is always the same old thing, man. You're dealing with worms.
But worms. Dealing with worms.
That's about all I got going on, right? I got my aphids under control, right? I've been doing all right, man. Like I said, my watermelon harvest this year so far, I've been able to harvest about 20 good watermelons, right? So that's been nice, and right from the front yard. That's right from the front yard, not in the big pasture with acres and hundreds of millions of acres. Nah, son. On
right
the front,
in my yard, right?
Yeah, that's fire, right? Like it's just be able to look out there, just to pull up in the front, just come off of work or whatever, and just pull up, and just everybody else got all this green, nice, pretty lawn. It's nice looking. It's but then you get to my joint, it's like jungle. Like it's like wow, you get all this stuff.
But it's food.
It's all food.
Yeah, it ain't just shit looking wild like you in foreclosure or something.
Hell nah. You got watermelons and black eyed peas. You got mulberries and guava. You got moringa.
You got guava out there too?
Hell yeah, man.
South FLA, the bottom, baby. Man.
Yeah.
Guava, that is cool.
Yeah, right.
I love guava. Them little pastries. I used to go to this little deli in New York all the time, man. Be like, let me get the guava.
Hell yeah.
Man. That's always beautiful. That's what we always love to hear, God. Productive, positivity, peaceful, and still winning. Because that's all we do is win.
That's it, man.
That's all we do is win. If y'all just joining us, make sure to like and share this video. Also, don't forget to comment. Leave us a comment down in the comment section, and y'all can, turn up in the chat if you want to as well. And subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. Also, we got links. We got merch. Check us out. BK Soul Farm. The links are in the description, y'all. So we appreciate it if if y'all support the channel, but also always remember that hitting the like button is free. That's a free way to support the channel. So tonight, y'all, we are smoking on the word hustle. And what we do here at Cigar Sundays is we have 3 questions that we shape around our conversation, our word, and we always answer the first question first before we go to the definition of the word. And the reason why we do that is because a lot of times these words have meanings that we use socially in our culture, and we don't know the actual definition of the word. So we could be using the word wrong. So what we do here is we just try to educate ourselves as well and our viewers on how to properly apply the word, or if you may have been using it correctly, to keep doing what you're doing. So our first question of the night is our house question. What do you think of when you hear the word hustle? Let us know in the comment section. Our second question will be, does the social concept of hustle undermine collaborative efforts among Black people? Does the social concept of hustle undermine collaborative efforts among Black people? And our third question of the night, uh, that's what happens when I be rushing, y'all. Is it possible to achieve success without subscribing to a hustle mentality? Is it possible to achieve success without subscribing to a hustle mentality? So that's our third question, and we're going to get to that. So without any delay, we're going to go ahead and get to our first question. What do you think of when you hear the word hustle? The God Ali, Dawood L at BK Soul Farm.
Peace, God. So for me, I have two thought processes when I think of the word hustle. I'm gonna go on a positive route first. I think of a go-getter, right? A person that's gonna go and find the work, go find whatever they need. They're gonna go out there and find it. They're gonna find a way to get a skill, get a talent. They're gonna go do that. I also think about a workhorse, right? Not necessarily a workaholic, but a workhorse, meaning that a person that is willing to work, right? They are willing to put in work to accomplish a task or a goal, right? Those are my two positives that I think of when I first think about it. Um, when I think about it, think about hustle, right? And my memory and my flashbacks and in my heart and what it does to my flesh. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think about tax avoidance. I
Tax avoidance. Okay.
I think about scams. I think about opportunistic people. I think about low quality products. Um, I think about just fast money, just quick exchanges where there's no real um, point to this exchange other than to get your money, right? Like both people aren't really necessarily coming up. Um, you might think you might be coming up and you are buying something. So because you did give your money for the product, you did get what you asked for. However, you was thinking you was getting something else and you got what you got. So that's what I think. I think about tax avoidance. I think about scams. I think about people that are opportunistic, right? And I think about uh oftentimes the products be of very low quality, right? They don't last long. Um, that's what I think of when I think about hustle. Like, so I got two thought processes: one positive, workaholic, not workaholic, a workhorse, and the other is a go getter. And I just got finished telling you my negatives.
Right. So we got the positive of a workhorse, go getter.
Mm-hmm.
He's a go getter, and
You know,
and then we got just low quality, low vibrational, uh, trifling, stank,
tax avoidance.
tacky, tax avoidance, shisty, no integrity,
Yeah.
all that type of stuff, all that, conniving, trying to be slick, jive ass, all that good stuff, right? So all that good stuff, right? So yeah, so
Yeah, it was crazy. I had two things for positive. I had go getter and workhorse.
you know, but I'm right there with you though, God. I'm right there with you. So first thing what do I think of when I think of hustle? Well, hustle, the first thing that I was taught about hustle well, the first place that I was introduced to hustle was with my granddaddy working with him. My granddaddy used to say, because we had a food truck. So, and I always say we had a food truck, if I had a patent on the food truck, we probably we might not even know each other if I would have had a patent on the food truck, because my path would have been different,
Hell yeah.
But he used to always, when we was getting ready and we was cooking the food and carrying on and getting everything together and stuff, he'd be like, gotta get out here and hustle, bro. Gotta go get out here and hustle. So I don't know if he paid taxes on that. I really don't know, because I was too young to be in that. I just used to count the change and do whatever I got told. Learn how to count money, collect the money, stuff like that. So that was the first time that I heard the word being used. So it was ingrained in me that you had to work for something, that hustle had to do with working for something, that you had to go and actively, but it was an honor hustle, because it wasn't later what I got introduced to in the streets of, because I was in the street with granddad too, but we was going to the firehouses, the police stations, the lodges, and
A different hustle.
yeah, we was going places selling plates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The little the fairs and carrying on. So we would go there and we would set up, and we were selling plates. So hustling was different. And then as I got older and thought I knew better and stopped listening to granddad and started doing my own thing, I was playing sports. So in sports, the coaches, when you practicing, it's hustle, when you running suicides, or or you out there practicing and carrying on, you get all that type of, you get that type of language, that lingo, like hustle. So the two places that I first got it was through a positive influence. And then the second place was a positive influence too, because they were encouraging us to work hard at trying to improve ourselves as an athlete. But then when athletics seemed to be boring to me too, and I started wanting stuff, I started wanting to have my own things, but wasn't old enough to work. Then I got introduced to hustle. All right. What they say, I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, my homie, not a customer crony, or Every day I'm hustling. All right. So all of those, that the way the music gives it to you, that's when my mind began to get corrupted by the word hustle, because my actions were reflective. Okay. But it wasn't until an introduction to the music. It wasn't until hip hop, to be specific, because it won't R&B, it won't country music. It was not jazz or blues or pop, soul music. It wasn't none of that. It was straight up hip hop, rap music. That when I got that whiff of, oh, this is what a hustler is. It's not what my granddad was telling me. It's not what Coach Irv or Coach Brady or it wasn't what they was teaching me in hustling. It wasn't what they were trying to instill in me, a work ethic of positivity. It was this negative thing of which I see as negative now, because I done survived it. Fortunately enough, it didn't cause me years of my life in prison, or harm to my family, or the loss of my life, thinking that shit was cool. So when I think about and hear the word hustle, all of those things resonate with me. All those things come to mind of how now, at this age that I am now, like, I don't want shit to do with a hustle. I don't want nothing to do with a hustle at all. Like, if it's something you're trying to hustle, stay the fuck away from me. I'm looking at businesses, ownership,
Facts.
working things, investing, lucrative things, and things that you can count on, that you can have and you can hold and you can pay your taxes. Just like you were talking about earlier, like no taxes. Nah, like that you can pay your taxes, that you can learn what you need to do to be able to pay them and have the resources necessary. So
you ain't got to worry about it.
So then you ain't got to worry about it. You can rest easy.
See how you had your grandfather up close and personal. Like I had, like my grandfather was a truck driver, right? So I learned how to work. My work ethic came because he was always going, always on the road, always doing it. And he used to take me on trips with him. So I used to actually get to see him actually putting in those hours on the road doing that, right? But because he was gone so much, I had a lot of influence from outside. And I'm from the land of the scammers, right? Like,
Brooklyn, baby, the land of the scammers.
Like like the hustle was always
crazy.
Negative. It was always seemed like it was yeah, let me sell you this TV, right? And they got this big old box, and you get it all the way to the crib, it got nothing but rocks in it or something like that, right? Like it's
Man, you check your
like
bag.
it's just
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just like I had the positive, but I didn't have enough of it in my face.
Yeah. I mean, I had it in my face and ignored it. Like when it wasn't, when I lost the value of it, because I always say, like, you get to a certain point when your parents can't tell you shit. Like, everybody get to that certain point where they stop listening to people who live longer, have experienced more stuff, and have went through more trials and tribulations than you, which is so foolish, because we used to respect the elders. Like, we used to honor our elders and be like, you know what, they done been through some shit, so they know better.
At 15, God, I knew everything. I was smart enough. I was smart enough. At 15, yeah.
So when the threats stop, when I'm gonna beat your ass don't work no more, or I ain't worried about the punishment that I'm gonna get. Like, it's hard to have discipline without at your ass getting burnt.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, like you just got to get in the fire then. Since you want to be a, a hard head, then guess what?
get that soft behind.
Yeah, then you don't mind your ass getting burnt. So, or getting skint. So, you know, that's what I think of when I hear the word hustle. And nowadays, like I don't want to be part of no hustles. You know, anybody that be talking about, man, I'm trying to hustle this or hustle that, and I'd be like, well, why don't you turn it into a business?
Facts. Make it consistent. Make it regular. Right? Do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Make it something that everybody can count on.
Yeah, you know,
Not just when you got it.
but it's also the style of it. You know, like people do nasty, dirty shit. You know, like
That's true too.
you know, like I had a friend of mine who was trying to sell food, and they didn't want to make the establishment presentable. It was just like, you know, I was like, look, cleanliness and things like that, when people come into your establishment, is going to make them, is going to entice them. They're going to be like, oh, okay, well, this is clean. This looks like a good place to eat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this looks like it's well kept. You know, it doesn't look like I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna get in the plate. You know, it don't look like the people don't wash their hands back there cooking and shit. You know,
I'm gonna get a little bit of botulism.
Yeah. You know, I ordered the salmon, not salmonella. Goddamn. You know what I'm saying? So,
You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
you know, so you might get some shit like that, but at the same time, you like, you know what, man? I try to encourage them to think about it like that, from that perspective, where, you know, you are a representation of what you're selling. You know, so if it doesn't look presentable, like, would you buy it? But then you have to be honest about yourself. Like, are you a person that will buy anything? You don't have no class. You don't have no, you know, like if you
Yo,
if
say that. Oh, you are a representation of what you are selling. That's hard, God.
yeah, like you are a representation of what you're selling. You know, I mean, even if you were selling, you know, drugs in the street, it still need to be good. You know, it still need to be something that people want to get high off of. It can't be you can't sell no bullshit, even though we're not promoting that. But I'm saying that the mindset does not change. You know, the packaging of your product, the presentation of your product does not change from hood streets to Wall Street.
Nah, it's the quality still got to be good quality.
Quality still has to be good, you know, because you want people to, one, uh patronize your establishment, and you want people to enjoy their experience, you
Yeah,
know, and think that and think that they got value for their money that they spent,
and come back again.
and possibly refer other people. Hey, did you go over there and
Yeah,
eat and tell what they, man, it's good and it's clean up in there and its customer
yeah,
service was nice. Like everything, it's the whole package. It ain't just
yeah.
here it is, take the burger and give me
Eat
the
it.
money.
It was good, right? That's
Yeah,
all you. That's all I need is good food. I don't need clean dishes.
you know.
That's
It's
the
like, yeah,
nasty.
the food tastes good, but the people nasty as shit up in there. Like the people talk to you all, would you know what I'm saying? So nah, you don't want to go to that place. You don't want to refer that shit to people either. You don't want to even spend your money with it, you know. So unless you're gonna get a deal. And that's what I was saying, where like people have to realize, like, you either have to grow into that, you have to mature into that and understand that. And that's why it can't be a hustle. There's a business mindset that goes with that.
Hmm.
You know, that's a business ethic. That's part of a protocol. And when you hustling, you don't care about that, you know, and then you stay frustrated because you're wondering why your shit ain't selling, you know. And it's because, is the packaging dirty? You know, does it look like something that you would want to spend your money on? And then you have to be realistic with yourself of like, am I a low quality person? You know, am I a person that's gonna go and stay at the Red Roof and I'll never go and stay at the Ritz-Carlton because I don't even care about that experience?
That's what I'm saying. Opportunistic, right? Cash just wonder, how can I get some money? What's gonna sell? What's gonna move?
Yeah,
That's why I like that whole you are your product thing, because an opportunistic person isn't their product. They don't see their product as being a representation of themselves. They just see it as another thing, right? They see the money that they're getting as a representation of themselves, right?
yeah,
But not the actual product that they're moving, right? Only that the money that they're receiving. And yeah,
yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah. Let me see this right here. Let's go to these chats right here, y'all. We are exchanging insights on our first question and smoking on the word hustle this evening. And our first question is, what do you think of when you hear the word hustle? Let's go over here to some of these comments right quick before we bring it to definition. Shout out to Joe Cephas in the building. Do
Joe
YouTube
Cephas.
things. Like, share, and subscribe. He said, I ain't a sailor, but I cuss a lot.
Word.
Yeah, you know, sailors do sailor things sometimes.
Yeah, we do.
But I don't spin like a drunken sailor anymore though. That was something from the past. We left that shit a long time ago.
For real.
But I did though. I did. Ooh, I did. Like Popeye the goddamn sailor and Brutus, both of them. All right. Peace.
Peace, God.
Steers way
Salute.
in the building.
Yeah.
And then he said, Nagas only want to hustle.
Ain't that right?
Yeah, that's the truth.
Yo,
That's the truth.
that right there made me also think about when I think about hustle, I think about somebody that's lazy, right? That's too lazy to actually do the whole process.
To do the business.
To do the business.
Yeah.
The business. Like
the business.
The business, yeah.
Because the business requires more. The hustle just requires to get the thing and then just try to go sell it.
Yeah.
That's the hustle.
Who cares about what the thing is, if it's really good or not? What do I gotta say?
What do I gotta say to get you to buy this?
To get you to buy this, yeah.
That's it. You know, it come with some slick talk. We got this, we got that, we got this, we got that, we got this, we got that. Get you one, get you some. Come on. Get you one, get you some right now before it's done, before it's gone. Come on, you gotta get it. Don't quit it. Just hit it. You know, we got that one hitter quitter, man. Come on, get you a bag, get you a sack, get you a whole lot of that. Yeah. You know, so all that shit.
The whole time they don't know what the hell they selling.
They don't even care.
They don't even care. They got a whole bag of oregano they out there pushing.
A whole bag of oregano. Somebody gonna fuck you up. Tell us some oregano. Somebody gonna fuck you up. Somebody gonna be mad as shit. What the fuck is going on with this? Babbage. But yeah, bro. So shout out to Sid's Way. Shout out to Joe Cephas in the building. We're gonna go ahead and bring up the definition of the word hustle this evening and get into this definition, y'all, because we've been using this word you know, more so along the lines that we were discussing with the, you know, with the lack of an ability to desire business practices or ethics versus, you know, people wanting to just hustle stuff. And we see that more often. We see that more often, especially in our community. In the well, communities don't do shit like this. I hate, so I'm like, I gotta stop saying in the Black community, because the Black community don't really exist, so amongst Black people, amongst Black folk, because in communities you don't encourage hustling, you don't encourage violence, you don't encourage negativity. In the communities, people are helping each other. It isn't low vibrational. A community can't be low vibrational, or else there's no productivity coming from it.
There's no common unity.
There's no common unity. There it is. There it is. So without that unity, we did that a couple episodes ago. Y'all can go check that out. I think that was episode 75, 70, 73, 73. I don't know. We just keep doing it.
This 75.
It's 75. Okay. It's God power right here.
Yeah.
So we got hustle, y'all. We are smoking on the word hustle this evening. And we are going to go ahead and get into the definition of the word hustle. Hustle is a verb and a noun. So our first definition, 1A, is to crowd or push roughly, jostle or shove. To crowd or push roughly. 1B, to convey forcibly or hurriedly. To convey forcibly or hurriedly. Hurriedly. To urge forward precipitately. Did I do that right?
I think so.
To urge forward precipitately. All right. 2A, to obtain by energetic activity, usually used with up. Hustle up, hustle up. That was where I was talking about, where I experienced it at in sports. Hustle up, hustle up. Then we have to sell something to or obtain something from someone by energetic and especially underhanded activity. Swindle. Hustling the suckers.
Yo, the definition off the screen, God.
We off? Oh, hold up. What's going on here? A little technical difficulty. Let's bring that back. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
My bad, y'all. Okay, so where we fall off at 2, obtain by energetic activity.
Yep.
All right. To obtain by energetic activity, usually used with up. Hustle up new customers. All right. Then we have 2B, to sell something to or obtain something from someone by energetic and especially underhanded activity.
Damn. Swindle.
To swindle. Hustling the suckers.
Damn.
An elaborate scam to hustle the elderly. Okay. Then we have 2C, to sell or promote energetically and aggressively. Then we have 2D, to lure less skillful players into competing against oneself at a gambling game or a pool hustle.
Oh, man.
That's part of that manipulation, right? To lure somebody into something.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we have intransitive verbs. We have to shove, to press, to hasten, to hurry. And then we have to make strenuous efforts to obtain especially money or business. To make strenuous efforts to obtain especially money or business. Then we have 3B. Let's see what we got. 3B right here. To obtain money by fraud or deception. To obtain money by fraud or deception. Then we have 3C. To engage in SEX work.
I did not know that at all.
All right. Then we have to play a game or sport in an alert, aggressive manner. She's not the most talented player on the team, but she always hustles. And that's what the coaches was trying to give you, that incentivizing.
Did hurry you up.
To hustle. Okay. So then we have hustle as a noun, and we have energetic activity. And then we have chiefly U.S. effort and energy in playing a sport. And then we have 2, where they say informal, a dishonest plan for getting money, a scam.
Those are the only 2 definitions? That was it.
Nada más.
Damn.
That's it as a noun. It's either energetic activity, all right, effort and energy in playing a sport, or a dishonest plan for getting money, a scam.
I almost want to use a different word for which it was one of those the verb ones where it was about getting money, but it wasn't a scam. It was
Which one? Swindle?
No. Go to the 3. I think it's 3A. Nah, the strenuous. Let's say to make a strenuous effort to obtain, especially money or business.
Yeah.
Right. Like, to me, that's the workhorse, or the go-getter person's gonna go out there, and that person is looking for qualified work that they can do. They're looking to have their face and their product to be the same thing.
It could be. There's another side of that coin too, though.
Yeah, they want to look at that. It's so much of that. It's so much.
Yeah, it's another side of that coin too, though. But we talked about that like in our very first episode of Cigar Sundays Live. We advise y'all go check that Judgmental, where we said people picking and choosing.
Yeah.
So this goes right here where it's like, okay, well, making a strenuous efforts to obtain especially money or business. Okay, now, how much are we willing to bet that the general population unequivocally knows, without any meaning applied to it, the definition of strenuous?
See, I think people like your granddaddy, people like my granddaddy, like they understood that word.
I'm just saying, I don't even know the definition of the word strenuous. Okay. We know we don't do no capping over here. No bullshitting. You granddad used to say, you bullshit a baker, you might get a bun. You bullshit me, you ain't gonna get none. Okay.
So you might get a bun.
You might get a bun. All right. So I don't even know. I don't even have, without a doubt, full understanding of what the word strenuous is defined as. Not the meaning.
Yeah.
But what is defined as, how to apply it correctly. All right. Strenuous in my meaning, in my lack of understanding of the definition, of knowledge of the definition, it's saying, you know, it's strenuous, it's you making an effort, right? But it's a little difficult. It's or you have to exert yourself a little bit.
I looked it up just now, God, and that's literally the definition.
Okay.
Requiring or using great energy and effort.
Okay, there we go. So, you know, I might know some shit without knowing it.
We got 75 episodes. We be reading the dictionary apparently.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. You know, but definitely. So actually having to put like it goes with what you were saying, like that's doing the work because you have to exert energy. Okay. And even the example they give us where they say the quartet was out hustling and we knew we stood good to taking a lot of change before the night was over. Okay. So that was Louis Armstrong. I don't know if that's Louis Armstrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they're playing music.
All right. So the quartet was out hustling. All right. Now they playing music for change. Let's make that in real life. Let's put us in New Orleans somewhere on Bourbon Street.
And they outside on Bourbon Street.
And they outside on Bourbon with the bourbon flowing and a hand grenade or two, you know. Both hands, double cup, double fists, you know. And you know, everybody having a good time and partying and everything. And you know, and now the thing is when I was saying that there's another side to that, is the way this is used is cool. But I've seen this. You ever been somewhere and the some youth, some young people come up to you and they selling something, they got this tub.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
And they got like this little makeshift thing, and it's like, you know, help us support this and blah blah blah. And it's just like that shit is not even real. Like, who got y'all? What adult got y'all out here scamming?
Yeah, I see that.
You know,
I ain't gonna front when I first seen it. My very first thought was, I respect that hustle. I respect it because I was like, they could be out here robbing people. Little did I know they actually be out there robbing people.
They actually out there robbing. You know, so
yeah.
So it was, you know, and that's why I said like it's another, and that's just one example. I could, you know, possibly go into some other examples, but based on the, you know,
yeah, I feel you.
I
was just trying to add some positive to these what I'm looking at to be negatives.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why I'm just like, okay, when we look at the word that we you know examining the definition, right? When we look at it, do we say, okay, do we use the word at all? Or do we just say, I'm using it, and then you supposed to, the person on the receiving end is supposed to understand the way that I'm using the word.
Yeah, you know, as you was reading this, I was like, I think we need new words. I kind of don't want to use this word.
And that's at all, right?
Because to crowd or push roughly, I wouldn't necessarily use that word. To convey forcibly or hurriedly, right?
I mean, look at what they even get you. Had been hustled into a jail cell with the other protesters. Wow.
Like I wouldn't even use that. Like
stay the fuck away from hustle, because that shit sound like you're gonna get locked up.
which is why I like the sentences that they do have, because for me at least it lets me know if I want to keep using it or not, right? Because would I use it like that? Like is that even like a language that I would speak? I mean, yeah, it's English. However, I wouldn't talk like that.
Yeah, I'm nowhere talking about, yeah, I be hustling and I'm a hustler and all this. I don't be nowhere with it. It's to keep it away from me. You know, we like business owner.
Yeah, you can't go to no symposium talking about you hustling.
No, you're not gonna be around wealthy people talking about you hustling.
They're gonna be like, word.
You
Now they
know,
like security. Get his ass out there. That's
you
crazy.
know, they just gonna be like, we don't want to do anything further past the skin layer, the presentation layer of this person.
I don't like that under like it says specifically underhandedly, right? I'm looking at 2B.
To sell something to or obtain something from someone by energetic and especially underhanded activity.
Like it's like I've seen it's like this is what I got so much experience with this right here. So much people trying to sell like they like the Brooklyn Bridge done been sold so many times, right? Like to foreigners
To
and to
who?
tourists and to
Who?
like bad people, man. Like that used to
Brooklyn
be
Bridge.
that used to be like a thing back in the day, like and it was one of those things that you would hear and then like you actually
Hell
see
no.
like see flyers like on the street like somebody actually paid for
Somebody actually paid for it. Like, dummy.
but they got the good words. They kick the Willy Bobo real good, right? And it's like, yo, man, like you mean I can own a part of that? So every time somebody drive across that, I get paid. Like, yeah, son, every time. It's like it's just
Like it's not even a toll on it. It's not even a toll. It's not even a toll.
oh man, but there will be in the future.
It may be.
You
I know Easy Pass tolls on it now.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
Easy
that's
Pass
what I'm
tolls
saying.
on it.
That's my and I think most of our interaction with it and that and the coaches, right? And maybe even the coaches be trying to use it in the push roughly and the forcibly trying to hurt. Like I don't know. I'm good with looking for a new word to supplement for hustle.
Yeah, I'm good with removing it from uh the black people's lexicon in totality. From the minds for people who don't know what the lexicon is, a mindset of all black people. We need to boycott the word hustle. And we need to focus on business ownership, being owners, like taking pride. If somebody call you an owner of something, then you should take pride in that. You should be like, oh wow, damn, I ain't know you looked at me like that highly. I ain't know you thought that highly of me as an owner, you know, because that's what the fuck a boss is. A boss is an owner,
Facts.
you know. The boss ain't the players.
Ain't playing no minutes.
The players ain't the owners.
They ain't cutting no checks.
You know, they getting told what to do. Real shit. You know,
When they can leave the bench and
when they can leave the bench, when they get subbed in and subbed out.
yeah.
You know, so they gotta they getting told to hustle. You know, meantime, the owner's sitting back already. Shit, they looked at the ticket, said, "How many?
Making deals, not hustling,
How
not
many
hustling
tickets?
at all.
What did we do? We had a packed house tonight. Oh, great.
Making deals, guys.
You know, we had a packed house tonight.
Now,
Great.
what you say doing the business?
Doing the business.
Doing the business. Yeah,
How many jerseys? How many jerseys did he sell? Wow.
counting the field seats, counting the merch sold, counting
Concession did what?
the popcorn. How much hot dogs and what they call them glizzies now?
I don't call it a glizzy.
I don't know. That's
You know, I don't call it a glizzy.
hot dog,
You
is a
know,
hot dog,
Buy me, hey, I'm still, hey, I'm old. I'm old head. I ain't even no OG. I'm an old head. You know, buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever come back. You know, take me out to the ball game.
Because that's really what you need right there, just peanuts.
You know, used to love them damn Cracker Jacks, man. You get a little prize in there and everything, man. That shit don't even taste the same no more. I ate one of them things. I said, what are you doing? They done changed the recipe.
Yeah.
The good old days. But yeah, so we got to sell or promote energetically and aggressively, to lure less skillful players into competing against oneself.
Yeah.
At a gambling game, less skillful. You don't even want people on your same level. So you want people, you want to manipulate. You want people that think at a lower level than you do, so you can hustle them.
Correct.
So you can have dominion over them, so they can be suckers to you.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's hustle. That's hustle. You know, to engage in sex work. She hustling that box.
I ain't know that at all. Like, just looking at that, just like, what?
To obtain money by fraud or deception. You know, it's a it's a channel. What's this guy's name? I'm gonna shout him out, man, because we don't do no hating over here. Man, I just be watching the clips sometimes. JT the Pocket Watcher.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to JT the Pocket Watcher, man. Y'all go check him out on YouTube. And he always shows all of these people trying to go into the banks and with all this fraud and cash and checks and stuff like that. It is amazing how many people just be going, just be walking into these places with these checks and these stories and be acting like, you know, yeah, right. I got this in the mail, or yeah, this is a paycheck, or yeah, this is a this check, or this is a this, or this is a that, and then they be getting caught in the vehicle with all types of credit cards and different folks' name, and you know, it's like this shit is ridiculous.
There's a lot of people, bro.
I mean, but it's a lot because he keep content.
It's a lot of people, bro.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of people.
You know,
that's what I'm saying, man.
Content.
Like I'm more like that's what I'm saying. There is no universal morality. It seems like everybody's is on demon time for the most part, and then you got a sprinkle of people with integrity that's spread out here. You know what I'm saying? It seems like, you know, if I can get over, I'm gonna try to get over as much as I can. And when they catch me, they turn the lights on. I'm gonna run as fast as I can. I hope I don't get caught.
Yeah, like some roaches. That sounds like some roaches. Run that back, guy. Run it back one more time. Say what you just said again. Say it, please. Can you remix that real quick? You said when they you said they be thinking, oh, if I just run, I ain't gonna get caught when they turn the lights on. That sounds like roaches.
Yeah, no, it's definitely roaches, bro. Like it's they. Yeah, I fucked it up. I'm even thinking about it. I can't do it.
It's okay. It's okay.
I can't
it was right when it was right. Don't worry. I heard you the first time. I was listening to you the first time.
Yeah, son, like it's bad, man.
Yeah.
That's what I say. I feel like that's why this saying is important, because we will feel start feeling lonely out here. Like unless you get unless you get you a partner that you actually love and like.
Man, I'm okay with lonely. You know, like
that's what I'm saying, right? Like because you got your partner that you actually love and like and love.
Yeah, yeah. You know, but you know our situation. But I'm like, but I'm okay being alone. Like I don't need no friends. You know,
correct. I don't need everybody.
Yeah, I don't need everybody. Like I'm okay just being in my own little zone and having, you know, like I find stuff to do. I find stuff to keep my mind. I have to, you know, I have to. I have to find stuff to engage myself in, you know, because if I was just sitting still, not doing nothing, then, you know, I go crazy in my head, you know. So I have to find stuff that allows me to be productive, you know, to keep the positivity. Like it's not just a saying,
It's a
it's a
mantra.
way of supporting your interest in living. It's a
Hell yeah.
lifestyle.
Hell yeah.
You know, it ain't a saying, it's a lifestyle. You know. So we got chiefly energetic. I went about the hustle of summer life. And then we got an effort
See?
and energy in playing the sport.
I don't know nobody that would use that sentence like that. I went about the hustle of summer life. Like I'm not even sure what that sentence mean. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Like I'm
yeah.
looking at it and I'm reading it.
It's useless, right? It's useless.
I'm like, I'm confused by that sentence.
I don't know whoever Stefan was, Stefan, Steven, Big Steve, Big Step, whatever, however you call it. Um, you know, that was his contribution to energetic activity. Some of this stuff is like we don't even know, you know, but it makes no sense. Like you said, the hustle of summer life. Like I get if you said I went about the hustle and bustle of the traffic,
Right?
you know, I had to hustle through the traffic of New York City. Then yeah.
Yeah. I had to hustle to get through the traffic in New York City, right? Like, yeah, I
Right,
get that, right? I get
right.
that, but
That's a that but that ain't no energetic activity. That's stop and go.
nah, but you got to be about your business to do that
Just hit
though.
you might just it might be energetic because everybody around is move your fucking car, get the fuck on the road, bro, fuck you,
See,
burn,
see.
burn,
So
fuck
I'm old school. I'm old school. I'm old school New York, and I was still walking in my head, right? I wasn't even driving in my head.
Now I'm on the road.
I was walking.
I'm on the road, baby. I ain't walking nowhere.
I was, I was, I was thinking about walking through there.
Mm-mm. No, sir. I got to be in Long Island for you catch me taking a walk on something.
That's funny.
For real. And that's I'm
Look at
on
that. Look at that joint. A dishonest plan for getting money.
a dishonest plan for getting money. A scam. A dishonest
And
plan.
none of this stuff is archaic or like not used no more or like the
Obsolete.
or obsolete. You know what I'm saying?
It's right now.
It's right.
It's right now. Right now.
Right, like
Today. This day. On this day. Yeah, God.
just look at the sentence: a once inspired con man on his last hustle. Man, hell no, I don't want to be a man. I'm anti hustle.
I'm anti-hustle too. I'm already learning what it is today, you know, because for so long it was it was it was not really looked at as like I said through the music, you know.
Hmm.
If the music make hustling and make people fall in love with the word ignorantly, you know. So you think that since I'm trying to survive by any means, I gotta hustle. Well, I mean, somebody getting up going to a job, putting in you know, 8, 9, 10, 12 hour overtime, they surviving too. You
Yo,
know,
God,
they hustling. But are they hustling? No, I don't think. I think they engaged in energetic activity.
yo, look at one B, God, to convey forcibly or hurriedly. Like I don't like I'm looking at these, and these are not good sentences.
Not, and this is the action. This is the
That's what,
action, right?
like these are not good things, man. Like to urge forward precipitately, right? Like
Go,
everything
go,
is
go, go, go,
go,
go,
like
go,
like
go, 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 go,
don't
go.
think about it. Don't make up your mind.
Go get the
Just
money. Go get the money.
go,
Go get the
go,
money. Go get the money.
go.
Push it. Hustle, hustle, hustle. You know what I'm saying?
God damn.
There you go.
So the music in all actuality is using it correctly. Per Webster.
I'm just saying.
Damn.
I'm just saying, God. Like I think some of our MCs are, you know, some of these MCs are probably brilliant, you know, poets and things like that. So they study some of this stuff. You know, I think they know how to tie it in, how to, you know, how to mix it in to their craft.
Yeah.
So we would be able to pull some of the stuff out, you know, but constantly it's always it's never about starting a business and learning business ethics, you know, and I'm not talking about just the stuff at college, okay? Because so many folks go to college and get a business administration degree and then don't never work in that field at all because they don't have resources when they come from college to actually get employed. They don't have a business that somebody is passing them that says, okay, look, now that you have this degree to put on your desk, let me show you how this business works. Because no two businesses run the same.
Correct.
So going to go get a degree in business administration is like, okay, do you know how you know you have to learn that business to administer that business? And the person may think that like that don't make sense. Well, go ask somebody who owns the owner of a bank, and then go ask somebody who's the owner of a farm, and then go ask somebody who's the owner of a shoe store, and then go ask somebody who's the owner of a restaurant.
All business. Different.
All businesses. And when
business.
you start to learn the mechanics of those things, they're gonna function differently. They all gonna need funding, so you're gonna need some money. But that's banking. Now you're going to work in banking and do lending, and then you're gonna need to know how to do that because you're gonna need to know how to examine people's credit and their credit worthiness and spreadsheets and you know and all this other stuff that comes with whether we're gonna give you this money and what's collateral before you know we let you go out here and just do whatever your business plan is you say you're gonna do with it.
Yep.
You know, and that's different. That's a little bit different. At the starting point, maybe opening up any of those establishments, but then it's different. You got to keep customers. It runs. You got different clientele base between shoes and food and these other things. You know, so we smoking on the word hustle, y'all, and we just been exchanging some insights and analyzing and examining the definition of the word hustle. Let's go over here to the thesaurus because we didn't even get through the thesaurus yet. God, goodness gracious.
Because I was actually wondering, right? Because I'm looking for a different word, and I'm hoping that they give me a good one. But I'm looking at the definition.
Yeah. So we got the thesaurus. So we have synonyms of hustle, as in rush, as in ambition, as in scam, as in to struggle, as in to speed, and as in to pluck. So let's go ahead and go through this right here. As in rush, excited and often showy or disorderly speed. Okay. So we got rush, hurry, scramble, speed. And that's what I did today. Today I was hustling, trying to get the show together and left out a couple words and stuff like that. You know what? So I got to get back to business and stop treating this like a hustle. See, I'm check myself, and I'm gonna be better next time. So rush, hurry, scramble, speed, precipitation, bustle, haste, quickness, hastiness, precipitousness, dash, stir, scurry, velocity, impetuousness, scuttle, impulsiveness, impulsivity, stampede, fury, flutter, beeline, expedition, rapidly, swiftness, promptness, rashness, whirl. What's that one, God? Impetuous,
Impetuosity.
impetuosity, clarity, dispatch, promptitude,
Yep.
fleetness, hot-headedness, rapidness, speediness, fastness, expeditiousness, as in to rush, hot-headedness, hastiness.
You know, when I look at that excited and often showy or disorderly speed, it makes me think of getting hurt, right? Not stretching before you run, or just running wild, or not having good form or something like that, right? Or just getting hurt. I just feel like
You could. There's a possibility
that's what I think about when I.
that your mistakes can cause injury, physical. You know, especially when we hear stampede. I ain't never heard no good stampede. That sounds like something bad happened. You know, and I know nautically, the scuttle. You better make sure it's secured, because that joke could kill you going down it if you don't put the secure the hatch on the scuttle. So, yeah, let's go to ambition. Readiness to engage in daring or difficult activity.
I like ambition. That's the word.
That's
ambition.
The word. Ambition, initiative, action, drive, aggressiveness, enterprise, spirit, grit, go, vigor, energy, gumption, spunk, pluck, killer instinct. I need you to have that killer instinct out here. Come on, baby. I need you to get it. I need you to get that killer instinct. Let's go. Let's go, champ. Let's go. Starch, assertiveness, pep, ambitiousness, vitality, self-reliance, snap to it, snap. I need y'all to snap to it, snap. Nope, you are not snapping. Come on, do it again. Hardihood. I don't know what that is. I've never heard that word before. Hardihood. Over ambitiousness. You know, and anybody who says that you are over ambitious is a person that you should stay way the fuck away from. All right. Like I say, we ain't the gurus of nothing. We be learning this stuff ourselves. You like something, have
especially if it means readiness to engage in daring or difficult activity. Somebody who's over ambitious, they can't, that can't be a bad thing.
If you don't, leave something in the ashtray for us to smoke, for somebody else to come by and smoke. And I agree with you, God, because being ambitious, readiness to engage in daring or difficult activity, that's how you solve problems.
Yeah, so that's what over ambitious means. I don't know.
That means I'm gonna take it head on, no matter how it comes.
Yeah, that's especially if it's in the same role with killer instinct
and self-reliance.
Yeah, son.
And assertiveness.
Yeah.
And spirit.
Yeah.
And enterprise. And initiative and drive.
Over ambitious cannot be a negative word at all.
I've never looked at it as because we hear a thing, oh, you too ambitious. People have heard that in the Black community.
Yeah, what the lazy person was telling you.
Yeah, but that's somebody who's lazy.
The lazy person was telling us that.
you know, who telling you not to go for your goals, not
Yeah.
to, you know, not to. They telling you to be scared to fail. You
Or
know,
maybe
not
I don't
to
want
be
to say
not
lazy.
fail,
Yeah.
not fail. They telling you to be scared to have a learning lesson. That's what they telling you. Because if you trying, then you never fail.
Correct.
All right. To fail is to not try at all. All right. But if you're gonna be ambitious, then that doesn't mean that you're gonna reach your goal the first time. But that didn't mean that you failed.
Nope.
What that is that you've learned something that you need to improve in order to reach your goal.
That's it. That's it. You just got lessons.
You just got lessons. So let's go to scam. As in scam.
Damn, it's a
All
lot of
y'all
words.
scammers out there, y'all are going to jail. They coming for you. The PPP, the fake checks, the fraud, you know. I'm telling you, it's not a black or white thing. It's about the green. So if you playing with their money, they coming to get you. Don't even worry about it. You know, you think you having fun, but guess what? They coming for you. What you gonna do? Bad boys, bad boys. I'm trying to tell you. An instance of the use of dishonest methods to acquire something of value. An instance of the use of dishonest methods to acquire something of value. Scam, fraud, con, swindle, sting, shell game, flim flam, bunko. Bunko? What the hell is bunko? Bunko.
I don't even know.
I
It
ain't never
sound
heard
crazy.
I ain't never heard nobody use that. We might have to use that, man. They on that bunko. They on that bunko.
It sound like some shit though.
Man, if you don't miss me with that bunko shit, man, I'm gonna have to start incorporating that into my vocabulary. BUNKO. I might even just look at somebody and be like, bunko. Scheme. Fiddle. That fiddle faddle. That used to be some good popcorn too, though, with the caramel on it. Do you remember that fiddle faddle came in a red box?
Hell yeah.
Bunko, hoax, trick, device, racket, cross, Ponzi scheme, dodge, counterfeit, pyramid scheme, fix, ploy, wow, stratagem, jig. The jig is up. Okay. Soaking, fake. Miss me with the fake shit. Gouging, rip off, a sham, phony ass, gimmick, forgery, phony, overcharging. What's that? Slight?
Yeah.
Humbug by humbug. 3-card Monty. And Thimberling? Thimberrig? Thimberling?
They're like German, like Thimblurg. Thimblurrig? No, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Thimblurrig? Thimblurrig? Yeah, I'm gonna stick with bunko. I can remember that real easy. Bunko.
Yeah, you know what I don't. When you was reading, I'm looking at this and an instance of the use of dishonest methods, right? That word instance is my problem because somebody can be like, oh, I'm just doing this thing the one time, so I'm not a bad person, right? I don't make a habit out of doing this. I'm just trying to get a quick fix. I'm just just trying to do a little quick, a little scam, right? A little quick little gimmick, right? And that's what makes it dangerous. It makes it bad because it's kind of like what you're saying with the PPP stuff. You know, you're having fun now, thinking that you got away with it because ain't nobody saying nothing until they show up, and when they show up, like they showing up,
Man, all that shit left a paper trail.
everything left, yeah, all left a paper trail.
All that PPP shit left a paper trail. So
Right,
I mean, you
right to
know,
your house, like man.
You know, we gonna pray for them because they gonna need some Jesus.
Yo, the amount of people that took advantage of that just proves like why hustle is such a bad word, right? Because so many people, I want to say that I don't want to say not deserving, but weren't in position to properly qualify for the loan.
Because they did not have
A
businesses,
business.
right? A business. They had get some business about yourself, you bum ass mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people will think the people think you insulting them, not understanding what business is. Like, that's why it's like, have some business about the shit. If you had some business about it, people will shop with you. You know, and it takes a while, yes, but you have to build a brand. Everybody want to hustle and just get it quick.
Get it quick.
Get it quick. Get it quick. Oh, I just need this to be, man. If I could do this and if I could do that, and if I could do this, as soon as I could do this, as soon as I could do that, as soon as I move this, as soon as I get that, I'm gonna be able to. But putting effort into the business plan and the business strategy, that's not saying you gotta have something to submit to a bank to get funding. I'm saying, but having a plan, a strategic plan of how I'm going to execute this and how I'm going to present it.
The actual because that is the business.
Because that is the business of it.
I think a lot of times when we think about business, we only think about the money that we're getting in our hands as the business. We don't think about the rest of the stuff that leads up to the money coming into our hands, right? It's just how do I get this bag? How do I get this bag? Chasing the bag. And
That'd be so crazy, God. People when I was even now, people that I have talked to, you know, a few couple close people,
mm,
you know, they say, "Oh man, like, man, what you gonna do for subscribers? And what you man, I'm gonna keep making content. What are you talking about? Do you know that the most people that been online, that the most success, they've been online for years.
yeah,
For years. We barely in the game. We got one toe in the game right now. We ain't been on here long enough to be like, what is, and I'm not one of them people who like hit the cash app or you know what I'm saying? Y'all subscribe, please subscribe, please do. Oh man, we come with our content and we don't and we like what we do. We enjoy what we do. We're not talking about all the other same shit that everybody else talking about. You know, because it's enough of that going on. And how many places can you get the same shit from to where you're not exhausted? I don't get that.
facts.
I don't get that. That is so many. Oh, I want to hear what this person got to say and this person got to say, and they all talking about the same shit. You know, but to each their own, man. That's what's going on. Let's look at this comment real quick. First time I heard hustle was when my dad was yelling it to me and I was running for the bus.
Yeah, to
Yeah,
make
man.
that it. Or
Yeah,
you
man.
walking to school.
Yep. Or you gonna make him late for taking you.
Nah, it sounded like if he was making them run, it sounded like you wasn't taking them.
so so that means Josephus, you was trying to stay at home.
Shut it down.
You was trying to get a day out of school. Yeah.
I missed the buzz. What do you want me to do?
That's the
Yeah, you can't take me because you got to be at work, right?
yeah, right. I see the move, man. Come on. You know, I was a kid one time too. I didn't try my hand. So now we have hustle as in to struggle. And if y'all just joining us, y'all make sure to hit the like button, y'all, and subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. We are smoking on the word hustle this evening, and we're going through the synonyms right now of the word hustle, and we are on hustle as into struggle, to devote serious and sustained effort. To devote serious and sustained effort. Struggle, labor, strive, work, endeavor. try, toil, slave, sweat, tug, plow, hump, strain, dig, dredge, plug, bang away, grub,
Hang away.
plod, slog, travail, apply oneself, peg away, beaver away, fag, sweat blood, maul, buckle down, drive, attack, exercise, pitch in, exert, overwork, essay, scratch, wade, eke out, dig in, knuckle down, hammer away, grind out, trudge, overexert,
Yeah.
put out, and scrabble. All right. So I always say I don't fuck with the struggle at all. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I see words like slay. And this is where we be talking about, yeah, but everything in it ain't bad. So my mindset be like, I remove the words completely, because if it ain't all good, then I don't want to be a part of it. And I have a choice to be able to do that. So yes, I could say to endeavor is to good, but how are we endeavoring? To work is to be good. Okay. To labor, I don't have no problem with labor.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't have no problem with working. I don't have no problem with endeavors, positive endeavors. But I need more work. I need a root, another word. You know, I need it to be
For me,
adjective. I need something else to come with it. I need, positive endeavor,
yeah,
fruitful work,
yeah.
uh, beneficial labor. I don't need struggle and strive is the most, or I don't need sweating and I ain't getting nothing done. I definitely don't need to slave nothing.
So because a slave is on it, like the slave and fag, right? I'm not sure what fag mean, but I just don't like that word.
All right.
But
However they using it.
yeah, like I don't know how they're using it, right? Like
Right.
but I'm anti-slave. I hate that word, right? But everything else to me just sounds like work, or it just sounds like effort. It's like things that come with work and effort, right?
Yeah.
Um, but as soon as I see the word slave, I start thinking the same way you start thinking, and it's like y'all trying to
Yeah,
trick
that's what threw me already. I was done with it.
you trying
Done
to
with it.
trick me.
Yeah. And that's why I said we ain't with the struggle. Like I ain't with no struggle. I ain't with no
Yeah,
type of slavery for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't slaving me,
because
you ain't straining me,
even toil, I can. That's just a long day at work. I get in my
you
mind,
know.
right?
I'm not with you trying me. You know what I'm
Hell,
saying? Like, nah. Like I had a conversation with one of my cousins about the word try. And she's younger than me, and she was
mhm,
saying that she removes try because she's a doer. And
mhm,
I said, I love that. I love that. I said, but remember, we're not gonna put no emotion to the word try, you know. And if you're trying your best, then you are giving a sustained effort.
facts.
You are devoting serious and sustained energy in trying to accomplish your goal. So, but I'm like, but whatever philosophy you need for yourself, do that if it's helping you win, you know. But don't add emotion to the word, thinking that, you know. And then, and then, what did she say? She said, if I had a child, I would tell my child they can't never use the word try. And I said, see, that's where you add an emotion to the word, because you won't take them to the definition of it where they can have a full understanding. That would be better than just saying, if you use the word try, I'm punishing you. Like,
You give yourself an out. Give
you
yourself.
I'm like, and I said, like, socially we do that because a lot of times parents don't know the definition of words. They don't have time to go look for it.
At all.
They trying to provide, you know. So it isn't like you have somebody who has, you know, the ability to be at home and learn and educate and you know, and then break down these things while somebody else is providing, you know. So it makes a difference when that effort is being, when that type of water is being poured into the youth, you know, versus it's just, I think I know, but I don't care if I know, but because this what I said, then this what you got to do. Like that shit only lasts for so long
until the butt whippers don't hurt no more, until the punishment don't last long enough.
you know. And then it's, I think I know everything, you know, and it becomes more difficult to have any type of discipline or communication. So as into speed, to proceed or move quickly, speed, hurry, rush, race, travel, drive, scurry, fly, trot, zip, chase, buzz, jump, run, scoot, blow, bustle, step, dash, dart, tear, blast, scuttle, career. Shoot, jog, zoom, whirl, bowl, rustle, ram, course, crack on, jet, hump, hair, bolt, blaze, rocket, belt, bundle, hurl, barrel, highball. I like those type of glasses too. Hasten, hurdle, whisk, beat it, beat it, beat it. Oh man, beat it. Beat it. What did you say? Oh man. Oh man. I gotta think of it. It used to be something that oh man. Beat it. It was used to be something that it used to say. Nip. What's that? High?
I'll go with high, yeah.
Step on it. Get a move on. Pelt. Make tracks. Careen, gallop, bomb, shake a leg, hot foot, cannonball, streak, fillet, scamper, sprint, accelerate, stampede, whiz, beetle, scuffle, overtake, outrun, step out, whiz, quicken, outpace, catch up, outstrip, scud, arrow. Arrow, that's my name. Arrow. Fast, forward, and beeline. I used to say, scram, beat it. It was in one of them. It was in one of them. It used to be like a little, it used to be a saying. I can't even think about it. It's gonna come back to me during the show though. All right, so we got pluck, to rob by the use of trickery or threats. Hustle, as in to pluck. You plucking. To rob by the use of trickery or threats. Pluck, squeeze, cheat, sting, beat, stick, do, screw, shortchange, flim flam, defraud, deceive, swindle, trick, short, sucker, rook, shakedown, stiff, victimize, bleed, rip off, con, skin, fiddle, gaff, bilk, fool, exploit, chouse, ream, chisel, fleece,
Diddle.
diddle. Not diddle. Oh man, what's that one right there?
Yerk. Oh no.
That's what that shit look like, ain't it? And usually when you hear that, that's probably some cool go down and shit. Mulch, take for a ride, skunk, cozen, take to the cleaners, noble, hose, extort, betray, thimber rig, wrench, do in, soak, nick, sell a bill of goods to, clip, overcharge, gouge, rest, milk, biatch, rope in, ring, gull, dupe, bamboozle, double cross, and fast talk. Now, I'm only gonna touch on this briefly because I ain't giving too much energy to situations no more. But for the word bitch to be in here and to rob or use trickery or threats, okay? And the last time I used this word, you know, I didn't have to. All right. I didn't have to do that. But because the energy shifted to where it felt like this is a bullshit situation. And right now I'm being cheated. I'm being swindled. It almost seemed like it's a shakedown. It almost seems like I'm being suckered, definitely being victimized because I'm not doing the same thing to the person that they was doing to me. I'm definitely being exploited. At least my property was. Then because they brought that energy into the conversation, then it was fitting to, you know, to actually insert this into the conversation because it seemed like that's all the person understood. Because the language that was being used wasn't of hustle language. Prior to that, the language that was being used prior to that was owner, responsibility, pride, peace, you know, accountability, you know. So definitely that's why I don't fuck with hustle. That's why I said I don't even use the word. I don't want nothing to do with no hustles. Nothing. Because I see too much negative in there. Now I see slave in there. I see bitch in there, you know, and all this other stuff that I'm just like, you know what? I don't be proud of these things. I don't be proud of low points in my life. You know? I don't feel like, yeah, I showed that motherfucker. Like, I don't have that. You know, that's not, but I'm all about what we really talking about. Now, what I say on here, sometimes I'll be like, you know, yeah, we be having fun, we be cutting up and stuff like that. And I be acting sometimes. Sometimes I go into character, sometimes I come out of character. I'm gonna give you real life situations and I'm gonna have fun with this because that's what we doing. We enjoying ourselves online.
It's the internet.
You know, this the internet. But if you get to know a person, if you look at how has this person treated me prior to me doing something that gave them a reason, then the only thing that you could say is that that person did not exemplify that behavior until I exemplified that, until I gave that energy to that person. That's it. So what we was talking about our last show, consideration. If we consider not giving that energy towards people, then guess what? Then we shouldn't have any reason for people to give us that energy back. But if we do give that type of energy, then we shouldn't be shocked and left in our feelings because that's what we gave.
Correct.
You know, but I guess that just takes a lot of maturing for and a lot of accountability, you know, for people to be able to do that and understand, like, you know, you really could be causing a problem. You really are the problem. You know, and it's like, damn, if I'm the problem, I'm gonna say I'm gonna try to fix me being the problem. Like, I don't want to be the problem, you know. But you gotta want to solve problems. You have to not want to hustle shit. You have to not want to convey forcibly or
yeah, nothing about hustle said
push roughly, you know, or
yeah,
push roughly.
nothing about hustle said anything about solving problems.
Nothing about solving problems, right? It do say push rough though. Right? It do say if you come and you trying to solve a problem, I might just push you roughly. I might just act like I want to fight versus I might just convey it forcibly versus, you know, not realizing that you ain't on that you don't want to fight. You know, that's why when you ask that question one show about something, when they say, you know, in the Black community, people be like, oh, somebody need their ass whooped. And I said, nah, God, like that has to remove. Because what if a person says, I don't want to fight you? You know, I'm not trying to fight you. And then you are so upset or so emotionally charged that you put your hands on that person, and then the person who said they don't want to fight you shoot you and kill you. Then now
you dead.
Now you dead.
Now you dead.
You see what I'm saying? And that person told you, I don't want to fight you for this. Like, it's no need for us to be fighting over this. You know? But you want to put your hands on somebody because you don't have the ability to communicate.
Correct.
But that could cost you your life. You know? So we need to remove that from the whole, you know, like even in the comedy and shit that we see when people be making a little, you know, this is why people need to still get their ass whooping on that. That shit don't solve nothing. That shit don't solve nothing at all. But somebody might die trying to beat up on the wrong person who said they didn't want to fight in the first place.
And they really meant that shit.
And they really meant it. You know? So we have been defining the word hustle. And it's to crowd or push roughly, jostle, shove, to convey forcibly or hurriedly, to urge forward precipitately, to obtain by energetic activity, usually used with up, to tell someone, to obtain something from someone by energetic and especially underhanded activity, to swindle, to sell or promote energetically and aggressively, to lure less skillful players into competing against oneself at gambling. All right, to shove, to press, to hasten, to hurry, to make strenuous efforts to obtain money or business, to obtain money by fraud or deception, to engage in sex work, to play a game or sport in an alert, aggressive manner, energetic activity, effort and energy in playing the sport, and a dishonest plan for getting money, a scam. That's a hustle.
I'm a hustler. Yeah, I'm good.
That's what yeah, that's what hustling's all about. that's what hustling's all about. So
I just really, going into this, I only thought that I had a negative thought about hustling, like from my surroundings, right? I didn't realize that shit fell in line with the definition so much.
yeah. That is so much that the connotations are so negative associated with it. Most of the definitions are negative associated with the word hustle.
Yeah.
You know, and it is that. It is like that, like the youth say, it's given. You know, or the coaches, it's given. Yeah, it's given scam. The word hustle is given scam. It's given negative. It's given, you know. It's not given business. It's not given
Yeah, they ain't had no entrepreneur stuff on there. They didn't have none of that,
Right.
right? Like,
Right. It's not giving a well established what do you call a nice establishment. It's not giving any of that.
no.
So if y'all just joining us this evening, we are smoking on the word hustle. Make sure to like and share the video. We appreciate it, y'all. And we have been exchanging insights. We just got finished defining the word hustle. And now we are going to our second question. Does the social concept of hustle undermine collaborative efforts among Black people? Does the social concept of hustle undermine collaborative efforts among Black people? And I believe that that's what you were just speaking on, God, when you were talking about how the all of the things that you thought, that hustle embodied.
Yeah. Nah, that's so before reading the definition, the answer to that question for me was yes, with just my meaning and understanding. After reading the definition is 100% yes. Like hustle is definitely getting in the way of the progress of Black people, right? You got anybody that want to do things, anybody that want to be about their business is allergic to the hustlers,
Man.
right? Like anybody that want to have a good night's sleep, that want to establish things that can't be taken away easily because you like you wouldn't even think about defaulting on something because you're taking care of the business. Like you're always thinking about covering the ends and making sure that uh, that you're still able to produce. Those people don't like people that are just about fast money and just moving and don't have consistency and don't have um like we've gotten away from it, brand loyalty, but I
Mm-hmm.
like what you said earlier about we gotta be our brands again, right? We have to, because what this has done, right? This hustle mentality, so to speak, it helps to further make the distrust amongst us get wider, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, because things are looked at as low quality products, you think you're not gonna get the most. You think somebody's just trying to take your last $10 anyway for a T-shirt that's gonna you be able to wash 3 or 4 times or whatever, and then it's gonna rip up, right? It doesn't help with the trust. So yeah, yeah, it's bad for us. Hustle is bad for us. Um, I don't think it's good for anybody, but more especially us, since that's we talking about us. All right, so yeah, nah, it's definitely, yeah, that's what I got. God, it's not good at all. You can't, yeah, it's because the trust and the lack of doing a business.
Right. Right. That's what I
Right.
see too. That's exactly what I see too. Um, what we are going over, y'all, is our second question of the evening. Does the social concept of hustle undermine collaborative efforts among Black people? And the guy Ali Dawudale at BK Soul Farm was just saying how making a very great point about how the the trust is missing, and that's a big thing. Like, I know even myself, once I have a bad experience with something, it is very hard for me to like reestablish trust, you know. And I do forgive, but I don't forget, you know. And I forgive because I'm like, I have to forgive, because I can't wear it on my spirit. I can't wear it on my spirit like that. Because I may want to do something if I'm harboring it. So I have to remove that so that way I can focus on other things in life, and it isn't something that's bothering, that is bringing me down, messing up my energy, messing up, my aura, and the things that I want positive to come in, because I wish good things on people. But you can go to an establishment and have a bad experience, and it's just like, you know what, I'm just not going to come here and spend my money no more. You can go through a situation with somebody who you thought was a friend, and and you feel as though, but and I would say you will feel it, but afterwards, after the experience, it's like, damn, they hustle me, but they ain't have to hustle me. And when I say they hustle me, I'm talking about all of the stuff that goes into all of those synonyms and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. You got swindled, you got lied to, you got this, you got that, and then you just like, damn, but you don't forget that experience. So when we look at hustle from just the surface level, we see hustle and most people, it resonates, or their idea of it, they think of it as, just trying to get some money. But as we defined it tonight, now understanding, like, look at all of those other elements of hustle, all of those negative things, that actually come from an experience, and you cannot even think that it was a hustle. You could actually be engaged in something and not even think that it's a hustle. And then all of these other things start to manifest, start to present themselves. And then you just like, damn. And you don't even feel like it was a hustle. You just feel like, what happened? Like, what was going on? Why they act like that? Why they do that? Why did this situation, why was that experience like this? So it's definitely the social construct with the scamming, the quick money, the quick not wanting to do the due diligence to actually have a business, something sustainable, something that you can actually depend on and count on, just looking for the quick move, the jug, the play, whatever that is, that's part of that hustle. That's not part of actually putting in some work and effort to establish something that you can count on, that you would want to tell your mama about, that you would want to tell your daddy about. Now, unless you got parents who with the shit, then, I mean, I don't wish nothing on y'all, but I feel for them babies. Okay. Because that means that there's a culture of going to prison that y'all cool with. And I don't know when that became cool in the Black family, in the Black household. I don't know when going to jail became cool, but that should need to get wiped out with hustle too. Mm-hmm. So, it's definitely, I definitely agree with the social construct, blocking, it's just blocking people's ability to be able to look outside of the box. Mm-hmm. Everybody just wants to stay in the box. Yeah, I'm a hustler. Yeah, I get, it's so easy to just put this pride and this ego and this, macho shit on the fact that you a hustler versus saying, well, ain't nobody trying to be no business owner. You gotta do this, you gotta do that, and it's like, but yet and still, when you go hustle, you go spend your money with the business owners.
Mm-hmm.
So you go and you hustle and take all these penitentiary chances and shit, all these chances to fraud or scam somebody, all right, to or you serve these products, you conduct yourself with it's low quality, but you're looking for high prices, all right. But then as soon as you get the money, who you go give it to? You go give it to the business owner.
Yep. Yep. To get the quality.
To get quality. Then you feel like, oh, I got them. They a sucker.
I got them. They're a sucker. No, you the sucker. The businessman got you spending your
And now the businessman got you coming back because you need that. So, that's the hypocrisy and the idiocracy that goes in it. And that's why, the social concept of hustle is undermining the efforts among Black people to be successful, to be more successful in their lives. For those who haven't said, you know what, I want to do something different. I want to be different. So it's going to start with me first. So I got to do something different. And I'm going to have to learn something, because if I don't know, there's nothing wrong with saying, I don't know some shit. I need to learn it. I don't want to learn that though. Okay, then you cool with the struggle.
Yep.
So keep struggling.
Because you're going to have to.
Because you're going to have to. So, yeah, y'all, we just been going over the second question of the evening. Let us know what y'all think in the comment section. And we're going to go ahead and get into this evening's Flavor Bombs.
The Flavor Bombs, presented to you by DBCHEFTV.
So, first Flavor Bomb of the evening is we're going to take a trip to Haiti, because they are selling the most expensive barbecue ever in Haiti. I know the God is like, I ain't heard about no new Haitian barbecue. But
in Haiti?
In Haiti. All right. You're going to see what I'm saying. It's a play on words. Then we got a racist passenger on an LA flight. But racism don't exist in America no more. Remember, they don't exist no more.
They buried the N-word.
Yeah. The N-word? Okay. And then we got a SCX trafficking ring busted out in California in a prominent neighborhood. And I'm not going to say prominent neighborhood as far as, like it was high end or anything, but it's in the hood. And they pretty known. Figueroa. They've been out there for a long time. And it's a gangs that associated with this whole thing. So we're going to go and take a look at that. We don't speak on gang politics because we don't gang bang. We ain't gang. But we're going to go and take a look at that stuff. So let's go ahead and see if we can get into this first clip this evening. The guy said, they got barbecue. Yeah, God. Yeah, God. It's Yeah, it's quite the barbecue.
Damn.
Haitian gang leader Jimmy Cherizier, indicted by a U.S. federal grand jury, immediately responding on social media.
My name is Jimmy Cherizier, barbecue. If the FBI wants me, I'm here. I'm willing to collaborate with them on one condition. There can be no lies told.
Cherizier, better known as Barbecue, accused by the US of engaging in a wide-ranging conspiracy to circumvent sanctions and raise funds for gang activities in Haiti. The newly appointed US Attorney for the District of Columbia announcing the indictment.
He is a notorious gang leader from Haiti who has orchestrated and committed various acts of violence against Haitians in Haiti.
Cherizier is one of the main leaders of Vivre Ensemble, the gang alliance designated as a foreign terrorist organization by the Trump administration in May. Cherizier indicted along with a Haitian-born, naturalized US citizen, Basile Richardson.
He has never sent any money to me to finance anything in Haiti. Stop with all those lies.
Cherizier's location in Port-au-Prince is well known to Haitian authorities. His compound is in Delmar 6, where I talked with him earlier this year, when he identified with the new US President, Donald Trump.
During his campaign, he said, we need to drain the swamp.
We need to drain the swamp.
That's the same thing I want to do in Haiti.
But gang warfare has drained Haiti of anything resembling normal life. The United Nations says its humanitarian response plan is only 9% funded, the lowest level of funding for any response plan in the world.
I often feel that I can't even find words any longer to describe the situation. Is it alarming? Is it acute? Is it urgent? It's all of that and even more.
Pirot with a warning to the Haitian diaspora.
We're coming after you if you give money to Cherizier.
The FBI award announced for Jimmy Cherizier is the highest for a gang leader in Haiti and raises the stakes. $5 million, an astronomical sum in Haiti, where half the population does not have enough to eat. Prulewan, SBS World News.
Yeah, God.
I
So
ain't
the
like that.
first thing I'm gonna say is this, right? I don't know no black person in America living like that.
Mm-mm.
Nobody. So if you woke up this morning and you ain't have to go get a bag of rice from the USA, you don't have people totally like they walking down the street with the guns, children all over the place, wild, crazy. If you ain't living like that, what the fuck are you complaining about? You got some opportunity. Okay? You got some opportunities. And that's the problem. People don't show this enough. We do have our stuff going on here. I ain't even going into it. We can be way better. But we ain't living like that. And when you look at my complexion and your complexion, the only reason why we ain't there is because something up there decided for us to be born here. Because we easily could have picked that. But we don't control that, do we? We don't have no control over that. There's a higher power. That's why we don't play with God or the gods or whoever's in charge of that. But people, y'all should realize you're complaining about stuff and it's people who look like you. Okay? And guess what? They're going through way worse situations daily. daily. And you acting like you ain't appreciative of where you at, or where you been, where you came from, where you trying to go. Ain't trying to go nowhere, ain't trying to do no better, ain't trying to improve. That is low vibrational. Please stay the fuck away from me. What you got, God?
No, I'm with you right there. But I'm also concerned at the end when she said anybody that's any American sending money to the man, basically you committing a crime. That only scares me if they consider sending any money to Haiti, sending money to him. Like that's where I get nervous, right? But like you saying, right? Like if you woke up over here and you ain't got it, like,
Come on, yeah, it's fucked
yeah,
up. Prices high, shit going up, but it ain't that.
Nah, and we got shelters that you can go into.
Come on.
And if you get there early
food
enough,
pantries.
if
Come
you get
on,
there,
God.
if you get there early enough, you get you a plate, get you a bed.
They say half the country is starving. Half the country is starving.
Yeah. Yeah.
You seen the conditions. We just showed that I don't even want to run it back. I'm gonna tell you something, God. The first time I went to Haiti, I cried. I had the first time I went to Haiti, I cried. It broke me down. I had to hide the shit. I had to go hide. I had to like walk off like, damn. This whole time I'm thinking, man, we done had it rough. We done had it tough. We done had this and that. No, we had American problems.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of and what I was, man, it's just I have to relive the trauma. I try not to relive the trauma of going to Haiti. All the times I went to Haiti. And they offering $5 million for that brother. $5 to $7 million for that brother.
And half the country starving.
And half the country starving. That's crazy. That don't mean I'm on his side or what he got going on or none of that. Just think about when we talk about aid, U.S. aid, like even putting $5 million on his head, you can't go and help them people. Like how much money going to this place? How much money going to that place? How much weapons got sent to this place? How much? Come on.
We got $5 million for that though.
Got $5 million on his head though.
Got $5 million on his head.
Come on, man. And folks over here complaining. You black and you complaining. That's because they don't watch that news. They don't pay attention to that right there. They ain't thinking about nobody else that look like you, that got some shit way worse going on than you. Only think about what I can get, what I need for me right here, right now, and still want to hustle. Don't want to work together collaboratively, productively, positively, and start businesses.
Opportunists. That's why I don't like them. Right? Because they don't take advantage of opportunities. Right? They go for anything, everything. Where's the next jig? Yeah.
Fucking crazy, the shit's so crazy to me. It's just like, you know, folks want to leave. Folks want to leave. They want to leave. Where the fuck you think you gonna go at?
Mm-hmm.
Where you gonna leave? If you ain't going somewhere to leave and start a business, then you know what I'm saying? Then you coming back. You coming back. Let's get to it.
New details now on the unruly passenger who forced a flight from Virginia to LAX to be diverted to Grand Junction, Colorado. Tonight, that flight finally touching down at LAX, and the passengers with quite a story to tell. Eyewitness News reporter Jory Rand joining us live from LAX after speaking with some of them. Jory.
It was quite an ordeal today, Mark. That plane left Norfolk, Virginia about 9:15 East Coast time this morning. Those passengers got to the airport about 2 hours earlier, probably left for the airport about an hour before that. Add it all together, that's about 3:15 a.m. West Coast time, and they finally touched down here tonight. An unruly passenger aboard a Breeze Airways flight this morning from Norfolk, Virginia to LAX caused such a scene that passengers had to step in to help subdue him, and the plane had to divert to Grand Junction, Colorado.
They're calling it a level 4 disturbance now. They said they had him restrained. He broke out, and there's passengers holding him down there.
The airline had to call in a new flight crew to finish the flight. So tonight, almost 8 hours after their scheduled arrival, these weary travelers finally arrived in L.A.
Jory, why am I here after 7:45? I'm going to tell you why. This Tony Hawk wannabe from Outer Banks, North Carolina, with his skateboard, had too many Bloody Marys this morning.
That passenger was heard using racist slurs and refusing to cooperate.
He's using racial slurs. He's in people's faces.
F-bombs and N-bombs. It's just stuff, all saying a lot of stuff.
I didn't expect like racism to be like, I didn't think it would be so open about it. Just like to be yelling stuff on the plane like that with kids around. I was like, wow, that's low-key very, very crazy.
When a flight attendant asked for help, this man, fellow passengers called the linebacker in 17C, stepped in to help.
Yeah. That was kind of wild. You know, it seems like people are getting, I don't know if bolder is the word, but seem like it's dumber, right? They're not caring, that they're not even putting makeup on anymore, right? Like they don't even care if their mascara is running. It's like they're just gonna go outside with their face like blah, and it's like, deal with me,
right?
And it's like, if you want me to, I will, but you might not like it. Right, we can be civil and social, or we said linebacker from seat 17 or something like that. Like
they said later on, like he wasn't actually a linebacker. He did play high school.
Yeah,
he did play some high school ball. But you know, but he wasn't actually he wasn't actually whatchamacallit though.
You know, after 9/11, God, I feel like anybody that's raising their voice on a plane, I feel like the plane should just form Voltron on their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why people still scared after seeing all that, right? Like,
and I'm saying after 9/11, you're gonna get your ass whooped on the motherfucking plane, just like that.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
You know, like people not gonna play. You know, I don't know what Breeze airline is. I've never flown that. I will never fly that. But
hell no.
You know, I will never fly on Breeze. But man, but like you said, God, for 9/11, after 9/11, like I'm telling you, like I'm gonna risk my life on the plane.
Bro, we forming Voltron, bro.
Yeah, like I'm gonna risk my life. Like we not, if we go down, we ain't going down because you got to the cabin.
Nah,
sure.
Man.
You know, we going down because we gonna land the plane early and get your ass up off of here, or they gonna come clean you up off of there. You know, But we not doing that. Like, ain't nobody. I don't even know why.
Crash because we was too scared to do something.
Yeah, like that sound crazy. Over a knife? Nah. You got one time to cut me. You got one good cut. Make it count. You know? So yeah, most of the time them people don't have no knowledge of how to cut nothing anyway. So it's ridiculous. But this was a little bit more, this was a little bit more extra footage we had on this.
You ain't gonna do that. Bro. Bro, you ain't gonna do that. What the fuck you think you doing, bro? You gonna like a dog? Don't grab me like that. Don't grab me like that, bro. Don't grab me like that, bro. Why you grab me like that? Watch how I grab you. We have to get off this airplane. Watch how I grab you when we get off. What you gonna do then? We'll see. What you gonna do then? We'll see.
He bucking. He's not.
Is that my daddy and my little girl, bro? You wanna hurt me, bro? Why you wanna hurt me? Why would you hurt me? Are you 400 pounds and I'm 150, bro? That's cool, bro. Nick, bro, please.
Sir, I need you to please forward to your single car. Excuse me. Hi, I'm gonna get down on your level. I need you to fasten your seatbelt.
Bro, this guy's talking about his hurt me.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Talk to this guy. Talk to this guy.
I don't need to talk to him. I need to
talk to this guy.
You need to face forward. Sir, I need you to turn around. Put your seatbelt on.
Talk to this guy.
I've been very kind to you.
Hey, you said you're a father, right? You said you're a father. I got a fucking child right here. Please, I am telling you to sit your ass down. Shut the fuck up until we land. You said you're a dad, right? You said you're a father. I got a child right here. Please.
Yeah, bro.
Please, please.
What's that?
I know you're a dad.
Oh, hell nah.
Here we go. Way too much going on though, right? Way too much going on for a plane ride. Absolutely way too much going on for a plane ride.
Damn. Yeah. Stomp his ass out. Right there.
Way too much going on for the plane ride. I don't even know why they even why somebody else even said something like it. Like honestly, other folks shouldn't even have got involved. Like to get that, like that guy right there sitting behind him
with the kid in his hand.
Yeah,
I think he put his family in danger. Right, because clearly, Buddy is off his rocker, and he want to sit there and talk tough with his daughter in his hand.
Right.
And I'm like, it sounds good, especially if you got the big 400-pound guy you think got your back. But that wasn't wise at all.
Yeah, I mean, Big Bro had it all together. You know, he sat him down, and once he sat down, he was cool. You know, once he sat down, he wasn't getting back about that chair. That's for sure. And then he started playing victim. Why you want to do something to me? Why you want to do something to me?
I wonder what the law is on that. Like if he gotta if they gotta divert the plane for you, if you gotta pay for that somehow. Because that's like more gas, and they said they had to bring in a new flight crew and everything like that. Like I wonder if they can hold you liable for landing the plane early.
Shit, I think they should do something to incentivize people to act right when they get on the damn plane. You know, people getting on the plane acting like they ain't got no goddamn sense.
I be seeing people with videos lately, Cass, in the airport trying to get on the plane, told me you have to call the police, and I'm like, I don't understand that. Why would we tell somebody you're gonna have to call the police? Because you're gonna comply when the police get here.
You're gonna do what they say when they come, right? So
and all you're saying is I'm gonna comply, I just need you to call the police so that the police can make me comply. Like I don't never
It's the
understood that.
stupidest shit ever, right? Like if you was gonna do what the police said, then why do
Do
you,
that.
just do the shit? Like that's dumb.
I don't
You
get
need
it.
the police to tell you to do something? Like,
They got
yeah, oh, I'm not gonna do it because you telling me to follow the rules that you following. But if the police tell me to follow the rules that we all gotta follow, then I'll follow them. It's the dumbest shit. It's like, are you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are you slow? You know, are
You
you?
should get like a double fine. Like you know how they get you with the speeding fines, a double when workers are present. Like I think if regular citizens get into like a thing and they can't resolve it, and it's like and the police gotta get called, and then as soon as the police get called, all of a sudden you miss the agreeable now. Like I think you got to pay for that shit. Like I think you gotta. I think officer. I think you don't. I think none of you guys need to be out here right now. I think that you need to send a bill to this ass Jack, right?
You know,
because we could have resolved this like human beings. Apparently,
we could have, right?
Because they're talking very nicely now with you, officer. So.
You know, they trying to make you a believer of their side of the story right now, officer. You know what I'm saying? And before, all we wanted was a side of the story that would have worked.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, for real. Yeah.
7 alleged gang members are in federal custody in what law enforcement is calling a major takedown of a vicious sex trafficking ring.
Investigators say the suspects used social media and music videos to recruit young women and children, targeting runaways and kids in foster care. KTLA's Lindsay Pena live in Westwood with more on the story. Lindsay.
Yeah, Sharon, Micah, 5 of those defendants were already in court this afternoon, pleading not guilty to the charges against them. Earlier, when we spoke to the U.S. attorney here at the federal building in Westwood, he said when they served the arrest warrants this morning, they discovered 4 sex trafficking victims, one of them a minor. These are photos of some of the 11 alleged members or associates of the South Los Angeles-based Hoover Street gang who are now in federal custody on a long list of charges that include racketeering, sex trafficking, drug and firearms-related crimes, and money laundering. Sky 5 was overhead as arrests were being made at a motel early Wednesday morning.
They were branding these young women. They were raping them. They were abusing them. They were drugging them, just horrific acts.
U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley saying many times the gang recruited victims through social media.
This Hoover gang, they portray a lifestyle of wealth, of power, of violence, and they use that to actually lure women into that lifestyle. They think it's going to be glamorous.
A 31-count indictment details the years-long case against the defendants who allegedly operated in the Figueroa corridor, known as a human trafficking hotbed.
The lead defendant is a woman. She goes by Lady Duck, and she was out there recruiting these young women, children as young as 14 years old, into sex trafficking and really selling other humans. It's the worst kind of crime out there.
According to the indictment, at one point, a 14-year-old girl was trafficked for at least 3 days in a row at a South LA motel. The U.S. attorney says the case against the gang members is a strong one, with many criminal acts being documented on various social media accounts.
A lot of these girls came from the foster system. They're preying on people who are vulnerable, who don't have maybe families or runaways. And so we try to get them services and try to help them.
The U.S. Attorney's Office says trial is scheduled for October 7th for some of these defendants. And while most of them are in custody, one is still outstanding, a man named Brian Israel. If all of these defendants are convicted on the charges against them, they face 15 years in prison, and some of them could be facing life sentences.
Man.
Well, we are definitely going to pray for all the victims and lock their ass up. The rest of them.
Hell yeah.
You know, but they need to do something out there in LA for them babies, man. They talking about babies. They was talking about 14.
Nah, what I don't like about that,
13, those are babies.
They said that place was a hotbed.
And they say it's a high base, so it's known for that, right?
That's what that suggests to me, like that is known for that. So I'm saying like let's change that.
Yeah. But they would actually have to do something, so then it wouldn't become known for that, right? That would mean cleaning it up.
Yeah.
You know, putting the resources into it.
Yeah.
Not just being so proud about signing a bill that makes those young girls, those babies, now felons.
Right? Right? Right?
Remember with last week we watched?
Yeah, right.
And that's why I brought it back, because it ties into it, God. Like how's the governor saying, and this ain't nothing against dude, I don't know him, but how is the governor saying that he was so he was grateful? That's what he said, was your word he used, to sign that bill. And then we see this situation like this with young people, baby girls, who don't have family, who don't have loved ones, who don't have people who care about them, who gonna, you know, and they get shot, they getting trafficked. They getting,
that bill say, she's a felon, she's an adult, is what that bill say.
And they getting charged now as a felon.
She
You know,
get a whole
they getting their
felony.
whole life ruined for being born in a situation that they ain't had no control over. They ain't know that their parents was gonna be irresponsible. They ain't know that their parents wasn't gonna love them the way some of us have been loved. You know, they didn't know that. They was born into the, you know, innocently. They didn't know that, and then they get caught up in that, because when you go through foster care and all that other stuff, when they turn 18, they just let them go. You know, it ain't no, unless you been in the foster care system and you have a high aptitude where, like, you get into programs and things like that, where you are now, you got a mentor and somebody takes you under their wing and they teach you things, and they, you know, because you got a skill playing an instrument, sports, or you know, something scholarly or whatever. Nah, you just out here. And you probably been arrested in and out, and you know, in and out of group homes and shit like that. So your education level is low because you hurting inside. You got trauma. Ain't nobody never really loved you. You don't know what love look like. So then they easily to manipulate, to get put into these situations and get preyed upon.
Ready for the hustle.
Ready for the hustler, right? They get ready for the hustler, and then the hustler comes in, use them up, and then the system say, well, now we're gonna make you a felon.
Now you're a felon. Yeah.
It make me want to holler and throw up both my hands. You know? It really does. And that's why ignorant nigga shit disgusts me. It disgusts me. Because we can be better. We can be better.
That's crazy.
And we should want to be better. We should desire to be better. We should not gloat in ignorance, thinking that that is a part of our culture to be proud of. We should not think that being ratchet and being hood boogish and motherfucking, you know, and wanting to fight about everything and a lack of ability to communicate is cool. We should never think that shit is cool. Why? Haven't we done that long enough? And even before that, The elders wasn't on that. When folks used to go to the movies, they got shot. When they go to the play, they got shot. It wasn't coming out the house looking raggedy and shit. We took pride in not only just our appearance, but that was having some culture. That was black culture then. That was, yeah, you be sure you look good when you leave up out of here. Don't be going out here looking all, no. Make sure you conduct yourself right. Have some respect. Have respect for your elders. Don't be out here acting a fool in the street. That's when somebody parent could bring you to your house and be like, you know what the hell this motherfucker was doing down there? Now it's why you got my, you know what I'm saying? Now it's a fight. Now you got to fight the person. Now they want to fight the person because they just trying to bring the child to you to correct them. You ain't even trying to correct the child. You just bringing it to the parents' attention that your child was doing something wrong. They want to fight you for that. I ain't saying I'm correcting them. I'm saying you should address this thing because you won't like it if I have to. Teach them to respect other people's shit. But you will have to have respect for your own in order to extend that value, to extend that mindset. Yeah, so we looking bad out here. You know, not Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV and the God Ali Dawood El BK Soul Farm and a few other people that I know. But as a whole, though, you know, if we standing next to that, then we with that. You know, but I'd be like, nah, I'm over here.
I'm over here. I don't even know them over there. I don't even know.
You know, blindfolds. You know, I got the blinders on. I'm like this.
I stay in my lane, son.
You know, non-factor. You know, Pac had a song. Pac said, "Niggas can't see me."
Nah.
And now I understand it. Niggas can't see me. You know, cause I look foreign. I look real foreign. Cause I ain't doing the same shit that they doing. You know, we gotta do better out here though, y'all. But that was man, that shit was crazy than a motherfucker though. You know, but like I said, we're gonna pray for them babies. Pray for all of them to get the help that they need. Not just be caught up in the system and then go back through some more trauma and shit, but get the help and resources that they need, you know. And we're gonna send prayers out to them that they be delivered and rescued from that nonsense, man. You know, and fuck everybody else that was involved. You know. Yeah. We don't respect that shit. We don't respect no pimping. We definitely don't respect no pedophilia. We don't respect no fucking with no babies.
Hell no.
We don't got no compassion. None of that shit for that.
No compassion, sympathy.
You know, may you die, may you burn in hell, whatever. Go to jail for real.
Yeah.
So
you've just been Flavor Bomb, and now back to our show.
Yeah, y'all. So if you just joined us, we've been smoking on the word hustle this evening. And make sure to go ahead and like and share the video. And leave a comment. Let us know what y'all got going on. Shout out to Reese, Love. You know, each one teach one, baby. Yep, yes, indeed. You know, that used to be a thing. That used to be something that used to proliferate through the hip hop community, but now it's like, what the fuck is the teachings now? What's the lessons now? You know, turn up,
turn down for what?
Shoot up, pop a pill, do some drugs, do be on this drug, be on that drug, do this, do that, you know, be on demon time. Don't, you know, come on, family. You know, it's like it's just encouraging death. Don't even think about getting older. Don't even think about having some longevity. Don't even put your mind in a place where you could say, you know what I'm going to do when I'm 50, when I'm 60, if I'm 70. And we just show Haiti like ain't nobody living that bad where they got to do it. Tomorrow is the last day. Nobody in America is living that bad where it's like, man, I don't know if we'll make it through tomorrow. Now, if you out here in the streets and you got ops and all that shit, then you move.
Because it is that easy.
You know, move. You know, and then when you go somewhere, don't create the same, be different. Don't create the same environment that you created and participated in when you was in that other place.
Mm-hmm.
Because your actions are part of why you had ops. Ain't nobody just messing with innocent people who not involved in street activity. You know, most of them people are breaking and entering. You know, that those are them type of victims. And you fuck around and break into the wrong place, you're gonna lose your life. Or go to jail. So forget that as a hustle too. Now, our third and final question this evening, y'all, we've been smoking on the word hustle. And we are at our third question of the evening. Is it possible to achieve success without subscribing to a hustle mentality? Is it possible to achieve success without subscribing to a hustle mentality? The God, Ali Dawood El at BK Soul Farm. Now that we have the definition, what you think, God?
Yes. Make a plan and stick to it.
And stick to it.
That's it. Yeah, because the rest of that hustle shit is not making a plan, not sticking with anything but the scam. So we stick to the lie, we stick to the juke, we stick to whatever is gonna get you out your money fast, but we're not gonna stick to a plan that's gonna keep us grounded and safe and secure and fed and nourished and happy and thriving. Right? We're not going to be about the business, right? So yeah, we can definitely thrive without a hustle mentality, right? We can just become business minded, right? We can be more considerate, right? We can practice. We can be more desirous to practice integrity. Right, we ain't got to actually do it. We can just be more desirous of wanting to do it.
Yeah. No, that's profound right there. Be more desirous to practice integrity. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
because
I think that's the first part, right? Is it got to be cool to do the right thing, or the non-harmful thing. Should I say, not necessarily the right thing? So yeah, that's short and sweet answer is yes. And it's as simple as making a plan and sticking to it is my way of accomplishing it. If somebody was asking me how Ali, well, make a plan and stick to it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I agree. You know, that would have been my answer as well. We asking the question, is it possible to achieve success without subscribing to a hustle mentality? Yes, it is. Okay, especially when you understand the definition. Like the God said, make a plan and stick to it. It is that simple. Make the plan and stick to it. Understand also that you are going to continue to learn along the way, especially when you are doing new things. It is not supposed to just be a lick. Oh, it's just gonna hit overnight. It's just, oh yeah, it ain't, you know. I get so sick and tired of that mentality of that counting your chickens before the damn eggs pop. You know, that is a part of that hustle mentality. I'm sick of that. It's no problem with being enthused about your decisions and your choices, the ideas and the things that you are going to embark on. Okay. But having this grandiose of like, oh, I'm about to do this and I'm about to do that, and it's gonna be better than this, and it's gonna be better than that one, and you ain't did shit. You ain't did half the work. You ain't did a start of the work. You ain't even got started. You know, it's such a waste of time. So I'm gonna add that to what the God said when making a plan and sticking to it. Don't play yourself. Do not waste your time thinking that you're gonna hustle some shit and you really need to have some business about it. Because the hustle is going to be that. It's going to continue to be a hustle. It's going to continue to be scammy, sketchy. It ain't gonna work out when you think it's gonna work out. It's always gonna be like, damn, well, what else I need to do with this? And you ain't following no plan, no business plan. No plan, like the God said. Something that's a recipe, that's a method. We need that. So we've been smoking on the word hustle, y'all. Make sure to hit the like button. We went over our questions this evening. What do you think of when you hear the word hustle? We exchanged some insights on that. Let us know in the comment section what y'all think. Our second question of the evening was, does the social concept of hustle undermine collaborative efforts among Black people? We exchanged insights on that. Let us know what y'all think in the comment section about the social concept of hustle and Black people working together. Third question this evening, we just got finished answering. Is it possible to achieve success without subscribing to a hustle mentality? And the Cigarden Panel unanimously agreed that yes. Business is best. Fuck hustle.
Fuck a hustle.
And last but never least, our question of the evening always, with the God Ali Dawood El BK Soul Farm, is the word hustle bad, good, or misunderstood?
So I'm gonna go with is misunderstood.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you, God.
You can't hear me right now? Oh man, say word.
Oh, hold on. It's not you, it's me.
Word.
It's not you, it's me. Okay.
Let me know you got me.
I got you.
Word. Yeah. Word up. So I'm gonna start off by saying it's misunderstood first. Because it is. We use it too flippantly in positive conversations, thinking that we're having positive conversations, to know that we're doing the wrong thing or think that is a bad thing, right? Or to think that we're using it correctly. So I'm gonna say it's misunderstood first, and now having read the definition or having learned the definition, I know for a fact it's a bad word, right? And I will be endeavoring to use other words, especially when I'm talking about somebody being ambitious. I want to use that word or a different word other than they got a hustle mentality, right? Because nah.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm misunderstood and bad is where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I'm with that. I agree. The Cigarden Panel unanimously agrees. It is horribly misunderstood. you know, and it's a bad word. We need to remove it from our mindset and focus on entrepreneurial endeavors, business-minded things, you know, because that will help us grow economically. You know, these hustles keep people struggling. Keep people trying to figure out this and trying to figure out that, not coming up with any type of substantial recipe for something, any type of plan, a map that gives them something sturdy, something finite that you can follow, that'll get you to your goal. You know, something that'll allow you some level of consistency, not just trying to hit a lick, or not just hopefully this will work out. Oh man, why this ain't? Frustration. You know, it'd be good frustration, learning lessons, how I need to navigate to get there. You know, not worried about police charges and prison time and going to courts, legal things like that. You know, if you got that stuff going on with your business, that's fine. That's usually taxes and stuff like that. But you're gonna sort that out. Okay, unless it's criminality, and then you going to jail.
You going to prison.
You know? So
yeah,
we just want to make sure that everybody have a peaceful, positive, and productive start to their week. We want to thank everybody for pulling up this evening. And man, another great conversation, God.
Definitely.
Another good word, another great word, hustle. It's very informative. I had no clue. You know, just falling in love with the word from being exposed to it in certain ways. But definitely we will see y'all next time right here, Sundays at 8 p.m. East Coast time, with myself, Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, and the God Ali Dawood L at BK Soul Farm, and we are the Cigarden Panel. Peace, God.
Peace, God.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016 160 self-sustainability. Jump on the list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
Exchange insights Sundays at 8 p.m. East Coast time with the Cigarden Panel. Smoking on words like two big nerds. Hosted by DBCHEFTV and BK Soul Farm at Cigar Sundays on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so when they go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at www.dbcheftv.com.